Let's start with a brief entry into Westworld. And honestly, this happened over our break last week when we had the State of Music 2022 conversation on YouTube and everywhere else. So please check that out. But we, John and I were pretty, John, Sean and I were pretty sick and tired of covering Kanye West stories, even though, because especially in the context of having seen the Genius documentary, which we'll talk about maybe at some point in the near future, the the spectacle of Kanye West is very much just that. It's watching someone who is struggling and having a mental health episode while also acting very, reactive and I'm trying not to use like really like negative terminology here, but they're not reacting properly and being destructive, basically self-destructive in their behavior. That's what I'm looking for. And so we didn't want to cover every little detail of it, but the whole saga is like kind of at certain points hard not to look at considering how many artists he randomly drags into the case. There was like a Billie Eilish being dragged in for, disrespecting Travis Scott unnecessarily, even though it was like all in Kanye West's head. There's a Kid Cudi beef briefly and then unbriefly. But the main center of attention is Pete Davidson, who has basically become Mr. Steal Your Girl when it comes to Kim, yeah, Ye and Kim Kardashian. And so as Ye's been doing all this unhinged stuff from like uh, decapitating Pete Davidson in effigy or like skinning monkeys and all this other random stuff, like talking about Pete Davidson encouraging violence in him, even getting into like a violent situation, an altercation in LA that people seem to have completely forgotten about, where he punched a guy, apparently. At least it was reported in a lot of the press. But basically, that's all to say that Pete Davidson has broken his silence and decided to start responding against Kanye West and all the stuff he's saying. And there's no quite way to go hard in the paint against your new girlfriend's ex, like sending a photo of you in her bed. This is some absolute Dan in college goon shit. Honestly,
This is very Dan in college vibes to me. It's just like quintessential Dan getting back at people. But
yeah, this is.
but like more power to you, I guess.
I mean, hey, it's maybe I should recuse myself from this angle of the story given my bias, but I mean, I think it's hard not to after every. I mean, this is sort of Pete Davidson's first line of attack here. I think it's hard not to almost feel for Pete Davidson here, even though like I came into this not liking Pete Davidson at all, not really caring about these slave drivers known as the Kardashian Jenner household, who tell people to work harder and that they should just simply get off their lazy asses and work more while they basically don't pay their interns to do like the most menial tasks like running coffee and getting particular types of shoes and shit. Basically what I'm saying is fuck all these rich people, fuck capitalism, hashtag no politics. But while we're talking about these like little pithy back and forths here, let's see. Davidson basically had a bunch of text messages that were like sent and leaked about like, a controlled leak between Davidson and Kanye West saying, yo, it's Skeet. Can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 a.m. It don't gotta be like that. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing, and you are so fucking lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not gonna let you treat us this way anymore, and I'm done being quiet. Grow the fuck up. Kanye replies, oh, you're using profanity? Where are you right now? Pete replies, in bed with your wife. Come on, man. Just come on. What in the Gavin Newsom is this?
Oh man.
Kanye replies, happy to see you're out of the hospital and rehab. Pot calling the kettle black. Pete replies, same here. It's wonders what those places do when you get help. You should try it. I'm in LA for the day if you want to stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk. You don't scare me, bro. Your actions are so pussy and embarrassing. It's so sad to watch you ruin your legacy on the daily. Ye says, you're more than welcome to come to Sunday service. And then Pete goes into this like long back and forth thing, like just continuing to kind of go in. But I don't know. This is messy. This is dumb celebrity gossip that honestly I didn't think I would want to do on Audioface ever. But this is fucking funny. I
It's
love
just
this
that is my
stuff.
favorite thing in the world. I just love it's like he brought him back with like, "Hey, I'm out of rehab. Yeah, it was great. Thanks. You need help too." Like that is my favorite part of the whole story. It's just that.
Yeah, he's taking like both the high road and the low road in a way that like I really respect. Honestly,
I respect Pete Davidson now. Like I used to like not give a shit about him. Like that is you're playing mental gymnastics, and I love it.
and like I so my like hot take I still love giving is that the absolute thing that was the straw that broke the camel's back in the Kim Ye relationship was that birthday dinner that Kanye West had when he bought the hologram version of Robert Kardashian to
Mm-hmm.
talk to Kim Kardashian, talk about how much of a genius that Kanye was. And I was like, yo, that's some galaxy brain level gaslighting. Like that is like 45
Weird, like
quad dimensional chess, Kanye. Like, whoa. Like you just rewrote the book on that. That is terrible. And it's probably was the straw that broke the camel's back for Kim Kardashian, by the way. But what Pete Davidson is doing,
beautiful.
a new player's entered the arena.
It's
This is a
beautiful.
boss.
It's like
This is a boss battle
it's
for the
like
ages.
it's just it's like in Smash Brothers when you unlock a new character, or like when you have to do the boss fight, but you keep losing against this one, but you know who it is. It's like that.
Challenger approaching. Pete
That
Davidson in a silhouette. Anyways,
like peace sign and all in bed.
oh god. And lastly, it's worth mentioning that Kanye West has been a little bit silent in this lately because we know he's probably got opinions. But he's been temporarily suspended from Instagram for violating the platform's policies against hate speech, harassment, and bullying. The platform's policies that are actually enforced pretty much at random. Like, there's a lot of hate speech, harassment, and bullying that is openly encouraged on Instagram that Instagram basically does nothing of the sort to stop or prevent other than giving slaps on the wrist here or there, because that's what these companies do. In fact, to get a little bit political, because fuck it, my podcast, and when it comes to Ukraine, Meta, the company behind Facebook and Instagram, just lifted their hate speech policies so that Ukrainians can say, hey, I don't like Russian troops that are invading my country. They should go die or whatever, which is cool. You just got to remember that, of course, this is another way in which Meta, the Mark Zuckerberg company, Facebook, is empowering white ethno-nationalists to be more violent and increase their their spread on platforms, because a lot of the people fighting the battle in Ukraine, not all of them, but a lot of them, are basically just offshoots of Ukrainian neo-Nazis who want the like evisceration of Europe of people who look like Sean and I. So these and a lot of the people in Ukraine itself right now who are trying to flee. So of course, Facebook allowing Ukrainian neo-Nazis to have more free speech than Kanye West on its platform is a total Mark Zuckerberg move. I just thought I would point out that little similarity there because it's here and no other music podcast will do it. That being said, West was unable to post, comment, or send direct messages on the platform for 24 hours, mostly because of the Pete Davidson thing. So he got put in a little bit of a Twitter timeout.
Put a little dunce cap on him, make him suffer.
2 laps. Now let's go into. Now we're done with that. Shite.
Thank you, Jesus.
We always end Westworld like older than we started it, which I guess is true of everything we do.
I'm gonna call it Skeet World from now on.
Please don't. Please do not call it Skeet's World. I'm kind of done with worlds, actually. I'm kind of done with worlds. Anyways,
even better.
Skeet's World. It's not Skeet's World. We're just living in it.
Yeah.
For 6 to 9 months, unless it's Texas. Anyways, the next album